Hi, in this video we're going to talk about how to add places, paths, and areas. So this is a new guide. There's two places you can add from. One is from places and by hitting the add button here. And the other is from the map, also by hitting the add icon. We're going to do it from here. It has more options. And so the first thing we're going to do is add a place. And a place requires a name, so just put new. Here is where you can set the hidden or the must-see. So hidden, again, for places that you don't want to clutter up either the map or the places list, because the places can add up, but you still want them around in certain cases, just to you could have a page dedicated to certain places that maybe are not mainstream but still important to note. So that's what the hidden are, and there's ways to see the hidden ones so that you can edit them and then keep them hidden. Must see, obviously, as the name implies, are the ones that are the most important ones, and you can keep track of which ones are must see, which ones you've visited, so you can make sure that you've seen all the places that you want to see. And that can be set by the person who creates the guide, but also the person that uses the guide. Location is required, so we're going to get the location, and we just go here in the map, and we need to tap, and then you see. Now once you tap it, you can drag it around if you want, like this. Now this is a good place to point out that I'm not using my finger. You can use your finger, but I'm using a pen, and the reason is it has a finer point, and it makes it easier when I click on the icon. You see it raises above, and I can see it. But if I have a fat finger, I won't be able to see I need to see the point, because wherever the point is where it's going to stop, and that's where it's going to go. So once we're happy with the location, we clicked on that, and then the latitude and longitude are now in place. Here's where you can change the image, and there's a separate video on changing on images, and which is it's the same. You click on that and you can select the image. Icon. Now again, just to review, the way icons work is the application looks to see if the place has an icon, it uses that icon. So right now it has no icon. If the place has an icon, it uses it. If not, it looks for the first category. If it no, actually, it looks through all categories. If any of the categories have an icon, it will use it. Then it looks at the groups. If any of the groups has an icon, they use it. And if none of them have an icon, then it uses the default icon, which I'll show you in a second. Just a red icon. So then let's keep on going. You can add the address, city, state, and country. Some of these fields are automatically filled in when you search, and we'll show searches later. Here's where you can select the groups and the categories, and basically you just select one or more groups or one or more categories. Phone, email, URLs. URL is interesting. You can have more than one. I'll probably have a separate video on that, but it's basically a link that you've copied from a browser, and you can name that link as well. Then the rating and info, which is HTML. So you can go here and enter your own HTML. Oftentimes you won't have to do that, but if you're creating a guide from scratch, you might need to do this. But if you rely on URLs, then you don't. For example, you could have a URL to a Wikipedia entry. Then you don't really have to fill in this, but you could put a summary of it here. All right, so that's the place. So here it is on the map. As this is the red icon, which is the default icon, if none have been selected. So now let's add a path. And again, you need the name and location. Now for a path, let's say we're going to walk across Ponte Vecchio. So we're going to put one there, and one there, and let's say, all right, so that's the path. And again, you can change it. You know, you can move it around. Once you're happy with it, you click on that, and you click on the check mark over here. And okay, it's small, but it's here. You can see the path is with these red dots, basically, or a dotted line. And you can create more intricate ones than that. All right, so now let's add an area. And again, we need the name, and then we need the location. All right, so an area is, let's see, a bounded, so 1, 2. Okay, so that's an area. Of course, you can again modify it. Now you'll probably need to zoom in. Like most areas follow city streets, so you'll have to do some fine tweaking, and that's why the pen is useful. And you may need more markers if you want to follow that street is not quite a straight line, so you'll need extra markers, and then you can curve it a little bit around. But let's say we're happy with that. And we'll click on the check mark and the check mark. Okay, so now we have a place, a path, and an area. And let's stop the video there, then we'll go into searches in a separate video. Thank you.